I'm Elisabet Norberto. I'm the technical manager from Comercial Química Masso. You can see the stand in 532, close to here. So I will talk about waterless beauty, that it's a type of formulations that are growing a lot. And it's just, I cannot talk in 50 minutes what we can do, but it will be just a global overview about how it's going the market in terms of market, trends, and also some tips of what I can do, type of ingredients that I recommend for each formulations. So as I say, I will explain why I will talk about this, because it's a market trend. So we do something because the market is asking for. So what happened when we eliminate the water, pros and cons of water versus oils, and then some tips when we formulate formulas without water. So if we check the products launched in the market, it's true that it's not something sporadical, it's something that has just 1 year. So it's something that is growing, so it's a trend. It's something that it will not stop, has some limitation, but it's growing a lot. If we check by market, depending on the final application, you see that depending on the consumer, for men care, woman, and unisex, it's on the left. So the most solid cosmetics are more for men care. That is more related also for shaving, for products. But if we focus by category, by hair care, skin care, makeups, or other, more or less is quite split in the same percentage. And if we move also to which claim it's related to solid cosmetic, that is mainly natural, and we compare versus skincare and hair care, we can see that really most of the products that are launched in the market in both applications, the main claim is the naturality. But if we go deeper and we go more on really what else we can claim about these products, if we compare the claims that are related with natural and versus the sustainability, we have seen that every time more products, the marketing claims are related to sustainability, not only naturality. So at the end, it's something that also is growing a lot, but sustainability is more open concept. It's not only for natural, it's more limited, but sustainability, I can play with sustainability with different approach. So what I make the marketing claim about sustainability, it's also related to less is more, zero waste, to try to reduce the water, clean beauty, also it's related to naturality, water responsibility, biodegradable, and also there are formulations that product that I can work in cold process without using energy, also is related to sustainability, and I'm not talking about the packaging and everything, or the investment of companies are doing to be more sustainable. But sustainability is really more a marketing claim that is growing a lot, because you can approach sustainability in different ways, and naturality has more limited application. So what happened before we eliminate the water? I need to know which are the advantages when I use water in the formulation, and which is the advantage if I use oils. So if I use water, water is the main ingredient that will give the light texture in the formulation. But of course, it will give also the cheaper formulation, because the water is the cheaper ingredient in the formulation. It will give naturality. It will increase the percentage, because water is natural. But I have a problem, because the water is the main ingredient that will give me contamination problems. So I need to take care of the water, the quality of water, the percentage of water. So when I have water, I need to take care of the micro. Packaging, I have more limitation, because I cannot do everything. I can do a lot of things, but normally are creamy gels, sprayables, jars. And also it's sustainable, because water is biodegradable. But in terms of water responsibility, so for the planet, it's not the best. We need to save and take care of our water. But if we move to oils, what we have, there are textures that are more rich, are more concentrated. Cost is higher, so when we increase the percentage of oils, the price is much more expensive. Naturality, it will depend because I have all oil-soluble products that are synthetic and products that are natural. In this case, the contamination problem, it's low, very low, because maybe I can have some malt or fungi contamination, but bacteria are not a problem. Packaging, as the prices are higher, normally are a smaller one, so are more expensive, but the impact is lower because the packaging is much, normally it's monodose or a packaging that I can bring in the travel. In terms of sustainability, there are upcycling ingredients, biodegradability, not all of them are biodegradable. So if I want to make really claims about biodegradability, so I need to choose the right ingredients. But there are a big difference if I eliminate the water or not. So what happens when I eliminate the water? If I'm a producer, okay, I want to focus in formulas that are waterless. So I will need to focus on ingredients only useful for this formulation. So I will be emollients that it will depend if I want to claim naturality or not. Antioxidants, because normally I will use vegetal oils or products that are more susceptible to oxidation. So I will need to use antioxidants. Rheology modifiers, I will need to use products that are soluble in oils. I cannot use carbomer or xanthan gums or natural gums. In terms of aesthetic modifiers, I will need to use because the oils has more impact on the afterfill. So I need to use the right aesthetic modifier to counteract the side effect of some oils. Actives, so I need to check actives that mainly should be oil soluble. That there are not a lot, the majority are water soluble. And preservative, many formulations don't need, but in case that I need, only I need to take care, especially for molds and yeast. Which type of products I can do if I eliminate water? I can do liquid formulations, I can do solids, or I can do powders. On this step is when I start to have some troubles, because if I am a normal producer of cosmetics with water, and I move to waterless formulations, I cannot do everything. So if I want to move to solid cosmetics, probably I will need to contract the production, or because the machines that I use to make emulsions are not the same. And it happens the same with powders. So not all people can work with powders. So depending on which type of formulations, or if I really want to do myself the products, I need to focus on a specific final formulation because I cannot do everything. In case that you don't want to invest on new production lines. If we move to type of applications, we can make skincare formulations, we can have sun care, color cosmetics, hair care, toiletries, and perfumery. If we move to skincare, so we can make facial serums, that there are a lot of formulations that are with droplets, that is really a trend. Transparent formulations or not. All-base makeup removers, that some of them are liquids, some of them are balms, so you can choose whatever you want depending on what you can do in your factory. You have also this transforming texture that when you clean and you put in contact with water, it became white. You have massage oils, lip balms, and peel-off masks, that in this case are powder formulations. Which are the key ingredients for facial care? For skin care, especially if we move to facial, we need to take care of emollients, not greasy ones, so really good for spreadability, but not with a good afterfill. Rheology modifiers, it will depend on which type of formulation, if it's called process or not. Emulsifiers, in this case, mainly for the transforming texture are these emulsifiers that are based on polyglyceryls that give this whitening effect when I apply on the skin. Antioxidants that are, here I put a list of products. I cannot talk about all products, it's just the guidelines. In case that you want, you can come to our booth. For peel-off mask, for water-free, it needs to be powder, and the key ingredient will be sodium alginate or pectin. And preservative, we use here in case that we need, is the hydroacetic acid. Mainly when that is more for molds and yeast, but mainly when the formulation is solid. Normally when it's powder, it's not really a risky formulation. In case that I don't use with water, it will depend. This is a list of ingredients that can be used that are oil soluble, liquids, or active that are in powder with different activity. That some of them are actives, some of them are moisturizer for color cosmetics. If we move to sun care, we can do sun oils that are the best for the organics or minerals. Creamy gels, also texture of creamy gels, but oil base or hydroalcoholic base. And sun oils also we can use for minerals, organics, or separately, so you can use whatever you want. Sun oils, as I say, with wet skin, this is with, that are based as sprayable based on alcohol, or sun sticks that normally for the cheaper one are based with organics or with minerals, in case that is more for opaque. In this case, in sun care, if I work, I need to select the right emollients depending on the sunscreens that I will use. In case that I use organics, I need to choose the emollients good for the solubilization. In case I use pigments, I need to use products to help to disperse the pigments that are solids. I need to use also dispersants like polyhydroxystearic acid. I need to use ingredients that need to be normally for the waterproof, like sebumol or DPC. Then there are biological sunscreens that are more for the hybrid sunscreen formulation that helps to counteract all the side effects of the sun on the skin. In terms of rheology modifiers, it will depend on if its final formulation is liquid or creamy gel or solid, so I will choose the right one depending on the melting point. If we move to color cosmetics, that in fact many formulations in color cosmetic are anhydrous, especially the small ones. So we have the lip gloss, we have the lipsticks, powders, the compact ones, eye mascaras that we have water-based or not, but that you can make without water. And then the fluid makeups, that normally these ones are liquid ones that are the concept of check before use. And it's true that also the color cosmetics also are specifically for companies that produce color cosmetics. Not all people can do also color cosmetics. Here also it's important the emollients, because as sunscreens I'm using pigments, so it's very important the dispersion of the pigments, the skin feeling is very important, so I want something very, very light. Rheology modifiers the same, it will depend if it's a product is solid, creamy gel, liquid, I will use which one it's match my texture. Then I also will need some dispersants. And aesthetic modifier always are using color cosmetics because really are sensorial formulations. And for the long lasting are the same type of ingredients also that are field forming and the same ingredients that are used for sun care, for the waterproof, for the long lasting and water resistant. If we move to hand care, in this case it's true that the packaging also are very small because hair care and toiletries, the price is very important, so I cannot sell the same product compared to mass market that are water-based. The first one that we saw in the market were the solid one shampoos that you can do by saponification or you can do in cold process. Just it's a compact process, in cold process or hot. Then we have powders that in this case, powders it's a products that you can have, some of them, most of them are soluble in water, so I don't have water in the formulation, but the ingredients that I use are water soluble because I will use with water. Then we have the dry shampoos that mainly are for aerosols, so, but the formulations are water-free. Then we have the solid conditioners, that in this case for solid shampoos, solid conditioners, we will use some preservative because these products I will use several times in contact with water and it will take some time before it dry, so you can have some contamination of bacteria. In this case, we use some bactericides. And also we have the powder version for hair care. Some surfactants that are powder ones, you need to powder. There are not a lot of options in powder form. Rheology modifiers, because when I apply with the water to get some viscosity and to make it easier to apply. Toiletries, we have shower oils, bath oils, that also are, some of them are transforming when I put in water, powders, antiperspirant, anhydrous scrubbings, and solid hand soaps. Some of the ingredients that are quite related to the same that we have seen with hair care. Only the shower oils are the lumerols that are based on MIPA, that are the best for oil anhydrous formulations. Active that we can use, perfumery are alcoholic formulations, but also it's for another market, different. Ingredients, in terms of emollients, I classified for the functions a little bit, which one are the drier one, which are the best for the dispersion, that are the branched one, or multifunctional. Some of them are emollients, but also give some efficacy on the skin. Which one are the best for the spreadability, that it will depend if it's for body care or facial care. Some waxers, that this is important, the melting point, to make combination with the right texture that I'm looking for. In this case, if I want to add some water ingredient, it's reverse. I need a solubilizer, but it will be solubilizer soluble in oil. So most of them are polyglyceryls that are soluble in oils and allow me to incorporate a little part of water. And just to finish, some products from the market that there are a lot for different applications. For solid one, here there is another one. These are in the middle. It was a formulation that we presented last year in Cosmetorium in Barcelona, that we won the first prize because it was a monodose that is a body lotion, anhydrous, and the shape is the same shape that the tails that are typical from Barcelona. Liquid balms for different applications, powders also for facial cleansing. There are a lot of products in the market. You see the packaging is quite small. So that's all. 15 minutes don't give to talk about a lot about, but really there are some tips that really you cannot do whatever you want depending of your facilities. So you need to know exactly what you can do if you really want to do everything yourself, or you want to contract externally. So at the end, it's what you can do. There are a lot of options to do solid cosmetics or waterless beauty. Okay. There is some questions? No? Thank you.